Hi guys, Twitch here from Creep Designs, and today I'm turning another cupboard door into a sign. So stick with me. So I have this old cupboard door that was given to me. I've flipped it over and I'm working on the back side of it, so I have more space for the stencil I'm going to be used. I've puttied the holes up and let it dry. So I started off painting this in Carter's Green, and then I decided to have a go at dry brushing with Daisy's Milk, and then I decided that dry brushing on the green wasn't for me, so I ended up painting over it with Daisy's Milk, but I forgot to record the process. But here it is. It's white. There's not much to it. So I put a second coat on top of this, and then I went in with some distressing, or not some, quite a bit actually. I went all around the edges and the corners, and I added a little bit of distressing where the joins are on the frame. I just steered clear of where I had the holes puttied up. Only a very small amount of green showed through the white because I had already distressed the green. I decided to do an inlay with some Hessian that I've got. To trace this internal area, I'm using a piece of paper, and as you can see, rubbing around the edges, and like I'm showing you here, you can see that it's marked out that line. So I'll cut all of this out. Test it to see if it fits. I cut a little bit more off. So this is the Hessian I'm using. It was a $4 roll from Kmart. I think you can find it in the party section. So I'm laying my template out on the Hessian, and then I'll weigh it down and use a Nico pen or a permanent marker to map it out or draw around the outside. Obviously I'm cutting it out. Testing it before I lay down some glue. I'm just using Sally's PVA glue and then pressing it into place, and then I'm using an iron straight on top of it to push it down flat and help dry the glue faster. This is just a cheap, I think it was $7 iron from Target, macrame cord. I think I got this from Bunnings. I'm just going around the edges with this to tidy it up, make it look a bit nicer. Again, using Sally's PVA glue around the edges. And then starting in the corner, I'm running the cord all around the edges and taping it down as I go. Now that all that's done and dry, I'm going in with the Laundry Co stencil. I've just lined it up in the middle as best as I can. Again, eyeballing it, that's how I do most things. Taping it down. and I'm using the same colour I used on the frame, and it's Carts-Milly Daisy's Milk. I'm using a stencil brush, a small stencil brush, and I usually use a blotting motion or a dabbing motion, but in this case on the Hessian I'm using a swelling motion and kind of just rubbing it in there with the brush. So I need to use this stencil on the other side as well, and I want to flip it over. Rather than washing it and drying it, I'm drying it with the heat gun so that I can flip it over without getting paint on the Hessian. So that was pretty straightforward and simple, anyone could do it. For the paint products, the link to Carts-Milly is in the description, as well as the link to Gemini Creative for the stencils. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and remember to subscribe. Thanks guys.